So.
Hello.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Morgan, from what time is the poster behind you?
That's a good question.
I love this one.
From a time where we are the leader of the telecommunication.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello, Stella.
Hi.
We will give you the opportunity to introduce yourself at the beginning of the meeting. Hello, Yumi.
Great, thank you.
Hello, Guillermo.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
I'm fine.
Joni joined from Nokia. Hello.
Hello. Okay, so I assume we can start. I will share my screen. Okay. So this is the TSC number 73. And for today, at the agenda, just have a view on the participants. So we've got Orange, Dutch Telecom, Telefonica, Vodafone, not yet. We've got Nokia, Telecom Italia, Ericsson, and Vodafone are not here yet, correct? Okay. So we have not yet the quorum if we have decisions. We have also other participants on the bridge. And Estela, I give you the opportunity also to introduce yourself.
Hi, thank you. Yes, this is Estela Carmona. I am representing Canonico today. I believe you already know Benjamin. He has been connecting to previous calls. So I just joined Canonico 1 month ago. I am with the product management team, and I am going to be leading the telco sector strategy. So basically driving the strategy in relation to the telco sector for our product portfolio. I'm very glad to be collaborating in this Sylva project, of course, with your
Okay, you are more than welcome. And don't hesitate also to ping Carlo Cavazzoni or I as co-chair. We are here to help you, or if you have some idea to promote them or to prepare this, if you need decisions or... Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So this meeting is under the LF policies rules, and you have here all the details how we are dealing our meeting following those rules. And the next TSC will be the 20th of May. Carlo will animate this one. I'm not sure I can participate for this occurrence. And concerning the general news, first I will give you a quick overview on the CI replacement of Equinix par Metals program, open source program we had previously. So we have already configured LizWeb environment, which is a cloud provider, a European cloud provider based in Netherlands, and GCP. And currently on GCP, we are at about $4,000 per month. So it means that it will cost roughly 50K at the end of this year. So this is what we have planned initially. Nevertheless, we have some other ideas to optimize this consumption. So we can have extension or LizWeb, or we can have other free open source program where we can decrease this amount. Any question on this CI capabilities? No? So it gives me the opportunity to welcome Nicoletta. So we have the quorum for decision now. Another thing I wanted to highlight in the general news, we had some posts in the past weeks concerning an AI white paper. So there's here the post. I don't know if Philippe, you can say just a word, because I really want to have a specific focus during TSC about this document, because having a white paper is great, but what about having an execution plan? So I really want to have a deep dive on this topic.
Yes, sure, Guillaume. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about this white paper. And I would say that a lot of people here around the call have been reviewers and totally direct contributors to this. So the idea was to link what we did on the Sylva core to whether we could introduce AI in the topic. And it starts from the thesis saying that today, the idea is not to compete against whatever hyperscaler of the world, but really to state that today there is an important part of our network function that are critical that would never live inside an hyperscaler or whatever. So it means that if we want to have AI, Gen AI, or agentic AI happening into where our most critical and sensitive network function are living, we really need to build up something. And discussing with a lot of people here around the call and across the industry peers, basically, I think that what we build up on the Sylva core is the perfect substrate to extend northbound, something that could help us to run AI or agentic AI workloads for network function workloads. And basically, what we did within this document is to share the status, share the challenges, and highlight that considering the number of challenges that we need to tackle, there is no place outside open source and working within a community where we could tackle those challenges. So the idea is to present the status that I'm sharing to you, what have been already achieved inside Sylva and why it's a core foundation, what is missing today and what could be the first priority. projecting the story within concrete use cases and ending with a kind of call to actions, whether is it on Sylva for telecom peers or for open source ecosystem. And I would be very pleased to have the opportunity to share at a moment in time something that for me is a very important missing pieces that we are having today within the Sylva core is the distributed traces management and open telemetry implementation. That is a must-have if we want to build up something around AI and agentic AI. I will pause there, Guillaume, and I think that we will have a dedicated opportunity. Something that I could also add as a final information is that we got feedback from journalists who want to talk about the white paper in Sylva, and we got also official interview requests from analyst firm dedicated in telco industry, where they want to discuss about the challenges that we highlighted within the document and what could be the opportunity using Sylva as a lever for this.
Thank you, Philippe. Any questions to Philippe at this stage? Okay, so we will have a specific focus on this topic, as I mentioned, beginning of June, during a Sylva event, during the TSC. I think we have no governing board information to share. We are discussing about developing a Sylva training, but it's a topic that is under discussion. Yaril is not with us. She wanted to clarify the CLA on the onboarding process. So this topic is pending. We will add this for the next TSC. Concerning
we
yeah?
discussed it a little bit yesterday during the work group 1 meeting. It's not clear for anyone, honestly.
Okay.
I have just for everybody to be aware of the issue we are facing. I have some requests to add people to Sylva project GitLab groups, but I don't know where to look at to know whether they signed the corporate license agreements or not.
Yeah.
So,
okay. So
we do have easy CLA, but it's not clear how to use it currently.
Okay, so definitely I think Yaril can help. This is in her mandate. Concerning Workgroup 1, Matthew.
Yes, we keep working on 1.7. First thing I'd like to share with all of you that we consider we won't be ready by end of May. We need a little bit of time to finish what is in our roadmap, especially finish the upgrade path from Kubernetes 1.33 to Kubernetes 1.35. With intermediary versions 1.34. So we are working a lot on that, but we think we have to delay a little bit the GA of 1.7. We'd like to propose mid of June for the GA. And the feature freeze by the 20th of May.
Okay.
Any comment about that?
Yeah, I will give the floor. Is there any comment or any impact on this delay for some participants? No. Okay.
Okay. So let's stick to that new plan then.
Yeah.
New dates. And one additional thing that is it's going to happen. Some of you may know that we have a third-party group, GitLab group, and repositories focusing on Sylva flavors. We do have a repository that is hosting the OpenShift OpenShift flavor of Sylva, with people focusing on OpenShift being core reviewers and having the right to merge requests related to OpenShift in that repository. And we intend to do something very similar for the SUSE flavor based on the SUSE Telco Cloud project. So a new third-party repository will be created for having the SUSE Telco Cloud flavor of Sylva, with people from SUSE being a core reviewer in that repository.
Okay. Other question to Matthew? No? Is it clear? So I don't know, as Estella is here from Canonical, is it the same way we should have a Canonical in the future, or what's your opinion on this, Matthew?
So could you be more specific to the question? So I believe a canonical flavor was already being validated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. The question is, I don't know, Matthew, currently it is on the Sylva core, or?
Well, the canonical flavor is only about changing the Kubernetes engine. Okay. So it is currently tested as a Sylva option in the Sylva core environment. So no need for a dedicated repository.
Okay.
There are more differences between Sylva and SUSE Telco Cloud, or between Sylva and OpenShift. And this is where we will be able to see the differences between Sylva and SUSE or OpenShift products. Now, if Canonical is interested in having such a repository, of course we can create one.
Okay, let me discuss it internally, because I don't want to commit to anything before discussing, obviously. And the expectation would be code contribution from us to that repository, just to be on the same page. Okay.
Maintainers of those repository are not they are coming from those external companies, I would say, from SUSE or from OpenShift or from Canonical.
Okay, thank you. If it's okay, let me discuss it internally, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Okay?
Yeah, sure. It's also of interest for the workgroup 2. The workgroup 2 is also working on Sylva flavors. So I don't know, Luis, if you are interested in taking a look at what is going to happen in those repositories. But at the end of the day, it is really about tracking down differences between and trying to narrow down the differences between Sylva and what CAS vendors are editing.
So here it's not Luis, it's Guillermo.
Sorry, Guillermo.
Yeah, no worries. Hello, Mattia. Yes, I guess that we will be checking this with you too. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Thank you. Just also coming back this time on a question from Luis, Guillermo, probably you have this in mind also. It's do we need to align Matthew with what has been validated on the roadmap? So of course I put June following what you have mentioned. Are we still on the same Kubernetes release and Longhorn, if you can precise the release of Longhorn?
It's under discussion with SUSE.
Okay.
It will probably be 1.11, but we discussed that a little bit with SUSE yesterday.
Okay. So we are waiting. And concerning the content of this release? So I assume that the NIF tooling zone with GitOps will be delayed to the next release, but with Morgan, we had a recent update for today. I don't know, because it's at the beginning of June. Perhaps, Morgan, we can still keep it.
Yes, if it's mirroring, for
Okay.
at least the first level, we can imagine.
Yeah,
be
as a
able
first
to do
level,
that.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay. And for the other topic, do we have some update on the three other topic here?
Well, Slim Micro is currently under test. I don't know about Ubuntu Core. I did not hear about that. So I don't think it's tested. Egress gateway with SNAT and a switch from Calico to Cilium. Well, we have the possibility, especially for fresh deployments, to use Cilium instead of Calico. Still, we didn't work, I think, about providing the capacity at the Sylva level to configure the SNAT option.
With Cilium, is it embedded features?
I don't remember exactly. I don't know if we have people.
I
from
thought
the
it was coming with
networking working
Cilium.
group.
Yeah, okay. But we need to check
Well,
this. Okay.
We know how to do it with Cilium, but still it's experimental. Not sure we
Okay.
can commit on providing SNAT solution, even if Cilium is in use.
Okay. So it's to be confirmed.
KubeVirt, just KubeVirt, Telecom Italia, I don't know if they are with us today. They pushed their merge request related to deploying KubeVirt clusters with a cluster API. It's currently under review. If everything goes well, we can consider having it as a tech preview for 1.7. But it depends on reviews and availabilities of developers, especially the people involved in that development.
Okay, but here I think it was a nested cluster.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, indeed. Sorry.
Yeah, I think here KubeVirt enhancement was really about the lifecycle management of VMs network. It was more on specific integration of networking in the KubeVirt environment.
Yeah, it's about being able to use an M state operator, I assume, in order to create the corresponding networking, the networking environment for hosting those VMs, especially additional interfaces. Need to check. I'm not sure we merged the name state operator so far.
Okay. So we are still, I think we need to review the different item before for next.
To be honest, generally speaking, so we've been focusing on abilities to upgrade the Kubernetes clusters, and the upgrade path is more difficult than for other Sylva releases because we come with 2 Kubernetes versions, and maintaining Sylva and all the components we ship into Sylva up to date with what's going on upstream in all the projects we are consuming and integrating into Sylva. It's already a lot of work, so this is one of the main focus of the main maintainer.
Yeah, we are aware about this, but here it's also to be transparent on all the features, so it's important.
Sure.
Okay. Any questions here? Guillermo, do you have any additional question about the roadmap?
No, it's fine for me. Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Okay for all. So we are going to switch to work group 2 if you have no more questions to Matthew. Okay, Guillermo, floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Jan. So the progress since the last TCC TSC, sorry, is that regarding the active validations, we have just finished the validation of Juniper CSRX in TEF4, and we are about to publish the validation report. So during the day or maybe tomorrow morning is going to be available on the GitLab repository. Additionally, regarding titanium number portability validation, we are almost there too. We only have to execute the CNTI test suite for the cloud native compliance of the workload. And I would like to highlight in here that we have executed the platform issue and also the workload issue. So it's the first time that we execute the in-service software upgrade of the workload. We have updated the number portability from one version to a new one, and it has been successful. So this is a good news that we have in here in this point. And regarding Juniper cloud native router that is being validated in Aura 1, there is a first draft of the validation report that has been added in a merge request on GitLab, and we are reviewing it with David and Guy Davis from Orange and Juniper respectively, because we have to add a couple of sections within the validation report that now are missing. But I guess that during next week the validation report of Juniper CNR is going to be available too. So we will have soon 3 new workloads that are going to be completed in the validation center. Moreover, you know that we have 3 workloads that are in the backlog that are pending to be validated. The first one is the Maviner telephony application server. Then we have the SETI OVC and the SRS Okudu. In this case, as Juniper CNR validation is finishing, maybe Maviner TAS is going to be validated in Aura 1, and as you know, we are going to revalidate titanium number portability in another Telefonica validation platform. In this case, in TEF4, that is based on bare metal. So we will have available TEF2 to start, I guess, the validation of SETI OVC. So we will contact with them as soon as we can prepare the kickoff meeting and everything is on point to start the validation. About the flavor validation track that you have mentioned before, in this case, canonical flavor validation has been completed up to the 100%, so we can consider it completed by now. I am saying by now because there is one remaining test, but is pending to be implemented by OpenNebula, because in this case, if I remember well, is the BT4 test that its description is that a canonical workload cluster should be able to be deployed on top of OpenNebula infrastructure as a service resources. And in this case, the plugin, the CAPI plugin for this purpose has not been developed yet. So OpenNebula is working on it and is working too on the Red Hat OKD CAPI plugin to deploy on top of OpenNebula VMs. And as soon as these plugins are developed, we will test them, and then the evidences will be added into the flavor validation reports too. And regarding next action points, as I have commented, complete the evaluation of titanium number portability on TEF2 and started on TEF4 over bare metal. Complete the evaluation of Juniper cloud native router in Aura 1 and start Maviner telephony application server on this platform too. And finish the flavor validation of Red Hat OKD, that right now we are up to the 55-60% of the test cover. And yeah, I think these are the points to highlight for today. Thank you very much. Do you have any questions?
I just want to highlight that SRS Okudu is the first Open RAN workload that we are going to test.
Yeah.
I think it's valuable because on the DNA of Sylva project, we want to onboard Open RAN use cases. And in the previous months, we have the onboarding of many 5G core and of our fixed CNF. So I'm happy also to have Open RAN CNF.
Yes, good
And,
point, Guillaume. Yeah.
And I think during the last work group meeting, we have a new proposal for opening a validation center.
Yeah, indeed. In this case, Deutsche Telekom is starting to analyze how they can proceed to deploy their very first validation platform. So this is a really good news. We have had a meeting a couple of weeks ago, and we are planning to schedule new ones to continue working on this point. So yeah, really good point for DT in this case. I see Kai is here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hello.
You're on mute.
Yeah, we are working on that. The chipset crisis is putting our resources a little bit at the limits, but currently working on how to get enough resources to build up the lab.
Yeah.
You've got also issues with the price of servers. I thought it was only us. Okay. Good. Any questions to Guillermo or asking for more detail? Guillermo, additional comments also on my side. I'm pushing to have a second Open RAN solution on the validation center. So perhaps you will have.
Okay, good, really good. This is going to be a challenge, and it's good because the SRSO could do, as it is an Open RAN workload that it has the CU and the DU. They require to use PTP, so I think this is the first time that we are going to test it. So this is good. We are going to cover many Open RAN requirements in this case. Yeah.
Yes.
Really interesting and challenging validation.
I do agree. Okay, so we transition. Thank you, Guillermo. So we transition to our security leader.
Yes, hello everyone. On our side, we work on more visibility regarding the EU size compliance, as it's the information is within the work items in the GitLab, and it's not very efficient to have a global view. So we added some wiki pages regarding this topic on our project within GitLab. The idea is to have one page by major chapter that we implement within Sylva. And within this chapter, we will provide some test cases that will be useful for the workgroup 2 in validation. So for the moment, it's mainly some templates, and we will provide the test cases during the next workshop we will have in 2 weeks. So the outcome, one of the outcome of the workshop will be some test cases for the UCS.
I think Guillermo is also a topic that has been asked previously by Luis.
Yes.
And having this table, I think it was part of the initial objective of workgroup 3. So it's really a good progress on this. And of course, I've heard what you mentioned, François-Régis, that some topics have to be filled during the workshop, but definitely it's a start. It seems to be a good start on this. Sorry, coming back now.
Yes, and so as I said, the next will be the security workshop, so in 2 weeks. I've shared the agenda of this workshop, so mainly focused on the EU size compliance, because face-to-face meetings are more efficient on this subject than just 1 hour per week. And we have also other topics that we manage on daily basis, like IAM, hardening, the integration of HSM. And we will also discuss for the workload isolation. So we have already a discussion with Matthew regarding Kata containers. So we'll discuss internally in the work group security for for this solution, but also with other like CapVirt or LightVM. And regarding supply chain, we will also discuss process to handle the patches for major or high CVE, like the previous one we had on the Linux kernel. How to handle these patches for the Sylva releases we manage at the moment. And that's all for the agenda.
So if you are interested about IAM hardening, HSM integration, UECS, this is the place.
Yes.
And if you want to have more information, please contact François-Régis on this. I'm quite impressed by the agenda of this occurrence. Congrats to the team. Okay, so on workgroup 4, we have not WAMIN. So just to update in terms of governance, Carlo and I have been notified that WAMIN now has moved to Microsoft, and I've asked, and also Hanan Garcia asked him, but he did not want to follow his workgroup leader in his new position. By the way, the new company did not propose him to follow his previous role. So we have an open work group leader position open. We will manage this with Yaril in the coming. I don't know if it will be managed for the next TSC, but it's a topic we need to manage. Nevertheless, Praveen, you are part of this team. Is there any news you want to share?
Yes. So, hello everyone. So, related to the last TSC, what Flip was requested, so related to a blog post. So, I have written a blog post mentioning how we have leveraged Kepler onto our sustainability project. So, maybe Guillaume, you can review that blog post. And I am not sure whether I have placed at a particular location or not. So, maybe you can review whether that blog post will be placed at that location or not. So, and related to the green dashboard, so we continue to work on release 2.0.0. So right now on the green dashboard, we are able to highlight what is the maximum CPU duration used and what is the maximum memory used at a particular duration. So if we want to see at a particular 24 hours duration, at what time the CPU is maxed. So we were able to highlight that metrics on the green dashboard. Also, we have followed some color coding standards where CPU used is less than 30% of the reserved, or CPU used is more than the reserved value. So we have followed that color coding. And related to the pulling strategy, so we have managed to push some matrices from one of the platform to the centralized Thanos, but we are currently working on finalizing those strategies. And related to the EcoTrace API, we are on halfway of the results, so maybe we require some more time to share the results. So that's it related to the work group 4.
Okay, so I'll give you some comments in the chat, Praveen, if you can manage it online or after the meeting. Any question to Praveen? Okay, so we have not today some participants of the communication and adoption working group, except me. So I can give you some topics where we are working on. You can have access to the KubeCode talk on Sylva. I will include in the minutes the link where you can have all the good talk that has been managed, but just there are many also under the Cloud Native Telco Day. So there are 4 talks on the Cloud Native Telco Day about Sylva. So don't hesitate to have a view on this. I want also to highlight that the Open Source Summit in Prague in October, they already opened the CFP. I've been contacted today by one vendor for having a common CFP with me about Sylva. So just to open the floors to others also to have that kind of CFP for the Linux Foundation Open Source Summit in October. And by the way, we will discuss on the next Workgroup 5 meeting about having a Sylva Summit there, as we have done and managed last year. Okay? That's it. And we have the Workgroup 6. Morgan?
Yes, so what did I put? So the minutes of the session of April have been published. We come back on the 3D incidents, so the compromission of the supply chain. So I know that it's more a security topic, but people in the working group 6 are also they like this kind of topic. Like is not the right word, but basically it impacts all our GitOps chain. So it was a hot topic during KubeCon. It's not only 3D, but more globally the danger of the supply chain based on open source project. And we also discuss on the future hackathon. So GitLab pages has been created to welcome the proposal, and we'll continue discussing about that. The objective is to prepare something for the second semester. For the next things to come, we have so the May meeting. We will probably have an external presentation from a company that is based in South America that made a presentation during the KubeCon on still working on the Cap 10, which was a CNCF component in order to promote the life cycle of the workload, or your workload managing, I don't know, 5G core is putting from staging to production, and how do you manage in time the rollback on all the life cycle of the workload, not the installation of the workload itself, but the workload as an object. So I think it's interesting. We already discussed that some months ago. I know that Swisscom work a little bit on cargo. We used to work also on Captain. We got some intern in Orange. Here that people that are still working on that. When I contacted Dynatrace some months ago, I believe that the project was almost dead, but apparently it's not the case. It's mature enough in order to create some product, and they will come back on that. And we'll still discuss on the hackathon. So recently we have a meeting with the DTO cast team. So they have lots of operators and probably lots of things to share with us. Swisscom also indicated that they start working on an MPN operator based with a Swedish vendor. So it will be interesting to see if we have a critical mass to and still define the parameter of this event that we would like to organize end of this year. So yeah, that's for the working group 6. The next meeting is planned on the 21st of May, and it's based on the Chile time zone, so it should be at 2 p.m. Central European Summer Time.
And you did not mention a DT proposal?
Yeah, I just said that
sorry.
they have lots of operators, and probably there will be a leader also on this topic because there are more operators than we have at the end. But that will be very interesting to exchange on the nature of the operator, if they can be shared, if they are open source, if they're shared, if we need to also create operator with vendor. So I invited for the next sessions. So the vendor contact I have in mind, and the one who are present in the during the KubeCon. So Gergely, but also Liam and Charan from Ericsson. And I asked the other contributor of the working group SIS to also contact their vendor contact in order to give the feedback. For the moment, on the road side, every time I spoke about that, I got a good feedback. Say, okay, yeah, it's interesting. But I think it's the people more involved in open source. So I don't know if they spoke with their colleagues dealing with the product on the different product line. I don't know. But anyway, the first contacts are pretty good. So let's continue and try to really elaborate the perimeter, what we want to achieve, what we want to do. We know that we want to have a doer event for integrators, so we are not pure Golang developer, but we'd like to see operators that makes our life much easier when we implement GitOps methodology in our organization. So lots of convergence, there are lots of vendors, and everybody's welcome. So what I say is that we have different level in the journey today, but we can start with really basic config operator or simply registry operator, things relatively basic, up to business operator, which consists in creating a state for a use case based on the synchronization of different vendor equipment, which is more ambitious. But yeah, that's all these topics that should be addressed for this hackathon.
Many thanks. Any questions to Morgan on the hackathon or other topics? No. So concerning Workgroup 7, we have no one today. Just to highlight that the next meeting is the 28th of May, I think. So let me verify it. Yeah, this is the next one is the 20th of May. So if you are interested to join, please contact Vuk Gojnik or Vlad Onutu, or if you are lost, we are here with Carlo to help. This is the end of this TSC. If you have any other comment or any questions, don't hesitate. Mic is open. Thank you, Praveen, for the update, by the way. Okay, so you can have a coffee before your next meeting. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.